When were you last alive? Do you remember when and how you died inside of yourself? Where there's no connection to a sense of fulfillment or purpose or satisfaction within yourself, without the need to feel accepted, included, liked, or desired. Where do you stand alone with yourself and how you relate to happiness, peace, and sense of fulfillment? How long ago was it? Or can you remember or recall at all when you felt alive? Were there certain comments, feedback, disappointments from certain individuals or groups or organizations, environments that you had your hopes up that maybe the feedback would embrace you? And there is room for you, your shadows, your imperfections, the things about yourself that you're not so certain of, those matters of yourself that you struggle and feel proud of. These are the things that we want to bring to the forefront. It's part of our resurrection. The days of inauthenticity, it's over. You can let it go. We get to be real this time. We get to be ourselves, finally. No longer copying each other, a cookie cutter society, imitating geometrical perfection, but expressing what beauty really is, which begins with imperfections. Could it be in how we've been looking at it? Where did you give your power away? Whose permission are you living by? Do you need a permission slip to express yourself the way that you naturally feel? To take interest in and spend time on that which gives you joy? Strategize an ideal life expression that gives you a sense of meaning. Whose permission do you have to seek before that happens? Why are you at the mercy of someone else? We can't get to the Aquarius Pluto expression of the self and that evolution that's taking place, those transformations, and the schedule of empowerment until we go through Scorpio and the rites that are asked of us in these transits. It's key. Scorpio. If it's not authentic, if it's not 100% real, if it's not fully invested, all the way in, not halfway out, I can't deal with it. There's no such thing as halfway. Either you are or you aren't. Who are you? When did you come here to do, and who did you come here to be? Who are you? Do you see yourself in that ascendant expression? Come on, call to mind your first house. Do you really see yourself as that person? Does it make sense to you why you have that particular energy, sign, aspect, planet at the first house? Can you see it in who you are? Does it make sense? Do you identify with that energy and how you show up? At Aries, do you feel empowered there without guilt, shame, inadequacy, lack? Who you are, who you're supposed to be. It doesn't depend on what you might get tomorrow. It's not at the mercy of who will give you permission. It doesn't stall or delay until you do this or you do that. It's innately who you are, in essence. And we have to make the claim. Claim it. And be willing to put up the fight for it. Are you in the character of your 10th house? Is that the reputation that you have? Look at it. Look at your 10th house. Is that the character that you walk with? Is that your image? Your MC, is that your brand? Have you claimed it? The North Node. Do you willingly, intentionally, and faithfully keep yourself in vulnerable growth positions and circumstances, realizing what is good for you, not what feels good to you? Have we matured? Are we being intentional? Are we using our astrology chart? Or is it just something to do? Are we using it? North Node Pisces. Is it a mystery what's coming? Did you refer to your life path? That's what's coming. Let's investigate. Scorpio Mars, Scorpio Mercury in conjunction. Our investigative impulses are being facilitated. And self is who we really need to understand and claim. Claim the self. Because in that is the proper status. And in the status is the jurisdiction. And with that is the heavenly estate that we are here to transfer dominion in. I want to see you grow and flourish in your identity. I want you to claim it and feel confident and certain that it's yours, no matter how much it hurts, no matter the inconveniences that comes with it, taking pride in it. In reference to Scorpio, Mars, conjunct Mercury, and also on the 23rd, Mercury conjunct Black Moon Lilith. This is a time where we are making intentional efforts to facilitate personal transformation in order to feel empowered. This has to include a willingness to deeply investigate the self, what our motives are, what we desire, what our intentions are, and admitting where we sense fear and limitations, and where we feel like we could be controlled, subject to inappropriate powers, limited and denied. Wherever we feel that first house expression faces a death every day, where although we have it, we don't get to use it. Although we don't get to demonstrate it. The sense of lack and inadequacy at the Aries, it's a kiss of death every time. Being you, who you really are, why does it have to be so painful and discouraging? And with Mars and Mercury in conjunction, this is opening up the pathway to that deep investigation of the self, as well as communications that push beyond the fear, communications that push beyond insecurity and vulnerabilities. To finally tell the bully, you're not getting my lunch money this time. To finally stop laughing at the jokes that you don't find funny, but you just didn't want to be rejected, or you were afraid of some consequences in your emotional sensitivities. It's some soul searching, where there are leaks in power. And the strategic action that needs to go behind or follow through with these thoughts, investigations, deep conversations that shouldn't be avoided. The water trine is forming a unity when Neptune steps into Pisces, and grace is here. We get to flow into further opportunities with our destiny. Knowing your numerology can help a lot with this investigation. That heart-soul expression, what is it in your life that doesn't have you to clarify that expression in yourself, or feel like you really own it? What are the factors or things that are in the way? How can we get to the authentic life? A lot of this has to do with conversations that we've been avoiding. matters about ourselves that we have been avoiding to admit and put action behind for results. Are you ready to get started? Ready for it all to begin? Being who you really are. The future cannot relate to facts. The future has to relate to the truth. You have to go to Scorpio to discern what the truth is behind the facts. Mercury, Mars conjunction in Scorpio. It's about this particular recovery or discovery, this investigation into the deepest motivations of the self, the deepest motives of the self, getting to the truth. What is really motivating me? The basis of all of our motivation is certainly coming from, in the trine, Cancer-Jupiter expansion. It's a significant motivating factor. That significant motivating factor is based on the fact that the matriarchal foundation within the self, which started with healing of the inner child through the Cancer-Mars retrograde phase, it cleared space and it restored an understanding about the self, that there's security in that commitment. There's peace in that commitment. And fulfillment is possible if we can remain consistent or aligned, loyal to that commitment with the inner child, with the matriarchal foundation of the self, that is, to not betray our conscience and to seek and pursue what expands our conscience, our awareness of where the good is at, our awareness of where the value is at, our awareness of where our virtues can be expressed as a lifestyle, where what we believe in can be expressed as a lifestyle, where who we remember or recall that we really are can reflect in how we're living, what we're doing every day. This checkpoint in Scorpio with Mercury and Mars, it's supporting us with the cosmic force to get down to the bottom of what is my real motive here toward the future, which is Pisces North Node transit. It has to be clarified. That clarification, it has to involve Mercury. Mercury is closest to the Sun, and from that position, Mercury clarifies the urges of the Sun as readable, as comprehensible, as intelligible, to make sense of. To make articulation of that urge. With that being said, the heart soul urge is with Mercury always because it reads directly from the sun. It is always a part of the sun's heat. That heat is a transfer of that passion, the desire, the will to formulate expression. So I call to mind for you, with the Mercury-Mars conjunction in Scorpio, what is your heart soul urge expression? What is that numerical value and what does it mean to you? There goes your motive. The future, in essence, Pisces, North Node. That clarifies the expansion and continuation of your life path, which is not to be misunderstood as your heart soul urge number. It is your life path in truth. This is why we're not looking at facts, we're looking at truth, because truth precedes the facts. It is deep beneath the facts and behind the facts, truth. The life path is a theme of truth, and it is facts that verifies, testifies, or witnesses that truth expressed in the life. Pisces is the essence. Facts does not make it to the essence. Mathematics does not make it to the essence. From the essence, there is subjugation to mathematics. So if we're considering the authentic route to the future through Pisces and the North Node, it is indeed the truth of your life path and its conceptualization that aligns with this rediscovery and recovery of the truth of what the heart truly desires as an urge of the soul that generates a motive towards empowerment, security, and manifestation. And Scorpio is the war algorithm and state of consciousness that fortifies us with the resilience and sense of empowerment to pursue it against all odds, resistance, disapproval, rejection, and isolation. Willing to fight for it. We're coming upon Black Moon Lilith on the 23rd, conjuncting with Mercury. And this is yet another depth of truth in which the Mars and Mercury conjunction was clarification of the truth. Being able to name and give words and description to that truth. And ultimately what we are describing is what we long for of the heart's urge to express as the inner child's expression, which we will find consistency with our fifth house details and expression. But when it comes to the conjunction between Mercury and Black Moon Lilith. It incorporates the shadows of the self, the parts of the self that we allowed somebody else to tell us is inappropriate, untimely, we're not ready yet, it's not a good idea, that doesn't make any sense, why don't you just do this instead, why don't you just do that instead? The shadows of the self, the true, deep nature of the self, beneath the face mask, beneath the walking on eggshells to make everybody happy, not to trigger everyone to go up in flames because you dared to be yourself, because you dared to take claim on your own life and what it should look like and what it should mean or how it should be expressed. That Black Moon Lilith is pulling up subconscious nature that deserves incorporation into the identity, that has to be there to express with you as a claim of your power, that must walk with you without you feeling shame, guilt, or regret about its accomplice with you, its companionship with you, recovery of your shadows. Your shadows are suppressed expressions of the inner child, suppressed aspects of yourself that you gave up on, left behind, took under a bridge and drove off because you were afraid of rejection if you should claim those parts of yourself. You were afraid of that sense of insecurity and isolation if you should claim those aspects of yourself. The resilience is here to say, so be it. So be it. If I have to be rejected, if I'm going to be misunderstood, disliked, hated, accused, scrutinized, laughed at, because I dared to finally make up my mind to accept who I really am, so be it. Let the chips fall where they may. The route to Pisces North Node is not through intelligence. It's not through information. It's not through what makes sense logically in this realm. It is through the water. Clarity in the emotion, where there is already a current that is taking you there if we could stop swimming in futility against that current and surrender and flow with that current because it's already taking us there. I know it's difficult to trust and float in that water, to let the channel carry you. You want to be in control, but it's already carrying you there. You're only fighting as it carries you. Stop fighting. Stop resisting. Surrender and flow instead. Neptune will soon come into Pisces, forming a trine with these forces, with these impulses of Jupiter. Mars, Mercury, Black Moon, Lilith, Saturn, and the North Node. And it's going to bring into this grand trine vision. It's going to bring into this grand trine faith. It's also going to bring into it inspiration. And it's going to be a moonlight, per se, that allows you to see where you're going, but not from your eyes. It's going to be from the spirit. You're following a vision, not information. You're following a feeling, not instructions. You're trusting the spirit, not what society or other people who have preferences over you or entitlement over you are suggesting that you do. You can listen to nothing except your heart at this time. Nothing else. And no matter what your circumstances are telling you, I've fallen from grace, I lost this or I lost that, I'm not doing well, I'm not where I'm supposed to be, I'm lacking this and lacking that, I'm inadequate, I can't do it, I don't know what I need to know, I don't know who I need to know. You can't believe what you see. You cannot believe what you see, because what you see could be misinformed by how you perceive. And Uranus is trying to teach us that, but most of us need more time to trust what that requires of us. But I'm here to remind you, you can't trust what you see of your circumstance and what seems like limitations. The current is carrying you. Grace is with you. You will not be late. There are things that are inevitable for us to pass through, experience, and go through, and it is part of the conditioning that gets us to the other side prepared. We have to lose density on the way. And sometimes that looks like losing things, losing people, losing status. But in the lightness of that spirit, where we are exchanging the density of things that were distracting, means of escape, prolonging of attachment, codependency, and sufferings, we trust the calling. And at some point we surrender and allow ourselves to flow in the direction of that channel or calling, not able to cognitively make sense of it. But in spirit, it couldn't be more clear that where we are headed is aligning us with what we long for. Scorpio is where we generate power, stability, and security all in one. It's where we go to heal and retreat. It's where we go to dress our wounds after war. It's a graveyard of ideas, of dreams, of beliefs, of forces, of intentions. And everything there can be recovered. Everything there can be regenerated. Everything. And it's where you die time and time again, and it's where you resurrect time and time again. Don't fall for the illusions of this time period, which includes illusions of what our status is in the world, what our status is in life. Our status is not revealed, proven, demonstrated, or confirmed by what position we are playing in the corporate ideals of life in the world. We have to learn to let that go. Let it go. Brands, commercial brands, estimations of value according to your finances, your career, the power and authority that you have over other people and corporations and institutions. Superficial ideals of how we conceptualize value, who we're associated or affiliated with. Scorpio is clarifying our motivations concerning these things. And that range of motivation, it does include: what affiliation am I seeking? Number 2, what power am I seeking? And what control am I seeking? Affiliation, power, and control. This is the true basis of what our motives are. And the heart, soul, urge expression, it reveals which of those three it really is. And our intentions could be insincere, while they also could be very much sincere. It's worth it to search the heart to know that. Getting through this Scorpio transformation of the self and giving ourselves permission to align a mindset with loyalty to self, with trust in our instincts, and personal empowerment that doesn't seek permission for its status, and personal empowerment that doesn't wait on approval or validation to affirm it. It is going to take our effort. It is going to take a focus. But most of that is coming from reflecting on who you really are in contrast to who many other people preferred or wanted you to be. And accepting what it's going to take to transition from the false reality into the real reality in your life. Because once it is clarified in your mind and in your heart, It is inevitable. It is law that it must reflect in your reality. It must. So we're learning how to clarify it and accept it in our own mind, in our own heart, which doesn't require anyone's permission. Scorpio Mercury conjunct Mars, it gives us the boldness, it gives us the courage to release that expression and not hide it, not conceal it. And Black Moon Lilith helps us to accept what our true deep motives are, that identifies what our nature is wanting to confirm, what makes sense to our nature, the good, the bad, and the ugly of it. We are bringing up our taboos. We're bringing up our imperfections. We're bringing up our darknesses. We're bringing up our shadows. We're bringing up the parts of ourselves that other people told us that we have reason to feel ashamed of, doubtful for, or that they don't give us permission for. We're bringing that part out and we're giving full authorization to it. A bold claim. And leaning fully into it. What does that look like for you? What does that mean for you? What is it going to require? What type of conversations are going to have to be had? What do you think you're going to lose? How do you think you're going to suffer? What are those consequences of finally being true to yourself? Don't flinch at death. Don't flinch at death. Don't flinch at death. No. Death can never be the end. It's a beginning whose illusion is an ending. Can we accept that? I want to see you in power. I want to see you stop running. I want you to see yourself as such. I want to see you make that claim, own, and accept who you are, how you are, and what comes with that. The good, the bad, and the ugly. I want to see you do it. Stop running. What's your life supposed to feel like? What's it supposed to look like? What is it supposed to mean? Let's get at the truth. What is your life supposed to mean? It doesn't even matter what it looks like necessarily. What's it supposed to mean? What are you longing to express as a lifestyle, as an existence, as an identity? No guts, no glory. No guts, no glory.